Hi, it's Miriam. Are you a reader? Do you read books about running? Are you looking for some running book titles to get you inspired and motivated to train and to read more about running and the different types of distances? Well, I'm going to share with you my collection of running books. And these are some of the running books that I have, or actually all of the running books that I have. And I'm going to share with you some of these titles. I'll begin with Tim Noakes' The Lure of Running. This is a very thick book. This is in its 4th edition, but it is almost like a college textbook, but it's got some great information on body physiology, nutrition, how to train, training programs, the history of running. It's all in here, so I highly recommend this book. And then there's a bunch of books that are either, most of them are memoirs, and others are how-to books, and some of them are even fiction novels about running. And so here are just some of them. This is a memoir, Strides. This is another memoir, The Longest Distance. And then there's this wonderful book by George Sheehan, who was considered a running guru, marathon running guru, and he wrote Running and Being. And then there's a memoir by Pam Reed, and she's a world-class elite female ultra runner. And there's I have here Scott Jurek's Eat and Run, which is another great memoir. Some other titles here. And then this is one, what I talk about when I talk about running. It's another memoir. And here is a novel, a fiction novel, Once a Runner. And I also have my collection of Dean Karnazes books. He has 4 books, and I have them all. Ultra Marathon Man, which I was very happy to meet him at the one of the ultra marathons in North Face 50 in 2010 in Washington, D.C., and he signed the book for me. Miriam, Keep Smiling and Keep Running, which is great, very motivating. And his other book, Run, and his book, 50 Marathons in 50 Days, and his most recent book, The Road to Sparta. And then, of course, these are 2 of my other favorite books, Running on Empty by Marshall Ulrich, and Born to Run. Everyone got really excited about ultra running after reading Chris McDougall's Born to Run, and I happened to meet him at a book festival, and he also signed my book to Miriam Run Wild. I think that's pretty cool. And here are my books, books that I have reviewed on my website. Here is Race Everything by Bart Yasso. And this is such a practical book. It's a really good book, and about how to train and training plans, and his experiences at some of his favorite races, and it's got some training plans. And I recently saw him at a race expo, and he also signed the book for me, so that was exciting. And here's another book that I have also reviewed for my website blog. This is Alex Hutchinson's Endure, and it's a great book about endurance athletes and the body, and he looks at endurance sports, including ultra running. And then here is another book by Colleen Kelly Alexander, Gratitude in Motion. This is such an amazing book, such an inspirational story. Colleen is an ordinary triathlete, and one day while she was on her bike, she got hit by a huge truck and was almost crushed to death, literally. And she survived, and she tells her story. It's just such an inspirational story. And then there is the most recent book review that I wrote is for Scott and Jenny Jurek's North, about their adventure and trek on the Appalachian Trail in 2015. Another great read. And this is another great book to get you motivated and to give you some tips. And it's Running for the Average Joe by Bill Watson, also The Average Jane. And it's such a practical book nutrition with great pictures and illustrations. And Bill also signed the book for me, so I was very excited about that. So there you have it. There is no excuse for not getting motivated to go out there and train and run, whether it's your first 5K, your first 10K, half marathon, marathon, ultra marathon, and even if you have a couple of those races that you've already completed, these are great books to get you motivated to run. So there you have it. Read and run, and train well and have a great race. Thank you for watching.